might be a good briefly live serving and try and tackle it in a way. Jim Sterling screaming, "My live service, it's evil, bad, fucking Ubisoft Konami, fuck Konami." I'm very tired by that kind of. I mean, there are worse YouTubers out there, far worse. It's a very dull way of approaching the topic, so I thought I'd talk a live service game I like and I think has a good idea of how to making these more single player or big titles work in a live service model where the player is expected to more and more money, which is the thing I have to bring up, because what we're gonna have here is a situation where a game is trying to regularly make you spend more and more, but in a way which is sort of, in my view, fairly inoffensive. Hitman, I have my issues with Hitman, but an issue I don't have is really the bizarre list of tiers and different like, here's the thing, Hitman 3 hasn't been out that long. I'm not sure if it's been out a full year yet. I'd imagine about a year. It already has 3 tiers to it. More additional stuff you can buy for the prior games. You know, you can update it with all the content from Hitman 1, Hitman 2, their expansions, etc. And just for this one game, you already have oh shit! I didn't know I could. This mission is actually a real pain in the ass because I've got to scan him and it takes a while to scan. Okay, there we go.
Take the shot. Over.
Take the shot.
There we go. Doubt whether I don't really care about getting a silent assassin here.
Target is down. Over.
Okay, yep, I still keep my silent assassin because he cannot knock on me. The thing is, this thing has been updated regularly with new passes to buy. It's buying more DLC, which but I don't bad a deal. Like, if you like this thing, you probably won't care that much. And yeah, I've fucked up here, so I should probably be paying more attention. Let me just show you what I mean. According to my messenger, my poor connection quality means you're only going to be hearing audio. Hopefully that gets better, because I'm going to show you examples. So Hitman 3 is updated regularly with new free content, which is, you know, good. But it's also updated with paid content. So let me just go to a random destination, like let's say the stage I was just on. Now, that's currently got 3 things going on. It's got a temporary new mission, the Heartbreaker, that's staying for 10 days. I'm not keen on that sort of stuff, but the good thing is IO have started to turn on its old temporary content, so you can play it whatever. So hopefully they'll do that for everything. Not everything, because licensing issues mean certain things won't return. There's stuff that's exclusive to PlayStation due to deals, etc. So we ain't getting the whole Hitman trilogy, all its content back. To be honest, some of it's not worth it, not worth playing, so I'm not too broken up over all of that. But you've got its main mission, Farewell. That's what you might consider the AAA single player mission. this location. You've got what I was just doing, which is an additional like sniper stealth mission where you give orders to a sniper team, and like I've shown you, it can be quite frustrating because you've got to scan people with a camera, but it's not clear when they scan and when it won't scan them, but whatever, that's what I was just fucking up on. And now you have two other missions. One is the Envy thing, which is when you buy access to the Envy campaign. Another is done by buying access to the deluxe pack. So that is free. That's 3 tiers on this stage alone, like 3 tiers of what you can buy into. You get the normal one, you get the main mission, a little extra mission, and temporary content which will hopefully be permanent later. You buy into the next tier and then the tier after that. Thing is, this isn't really a traditional season pass game, because a season pass game ends. This Hitman thing has kind of been going on since 2016. Like, every new game comes out, you transfer your progress from the last one into it, although I don't, because the first game didn't do that, sadly, and the third, well, I wanted to move over to PlayStation because of VR, and but yeah, it's they're improving it. That's the point. They're improving it, and it's getting better and better at taking in your new content, and sort of just moving it forward. So it is basically a live service, as they are constantly funneling in new bits and pieces. Of course, the way they make money is the tiered systems, where, you know, the higher the tier you pay for, the more of the new content you get. But you can always just go buy onto a tier when you want and get all the tiered content immediately. None of the tiered content is temporary, so there's nothing particularly offensive about it. The temporary content is just when you buy into the new game. Then you get to, let's discuss briefly how it works. It's a pain that it's poor quality broadcast mic only, because this is where I should be showing examples, not just me fucking up on a pretty basic mission. But, okay, so I'll pick a random mission, and let's see. So, first of all, there's how does it handle progress? Well, first of all, you've got a nice mix of missions. Some run on a sort of, not quite an RPG system, but a system of unlock. So some of the missions let you actually take what you earn in other missions into them. So that creates a nice incentive to go unlock extra content, go out there, go do extra missions to try and unlock new bits and pieces. So for example, in this mission though, it's completely preset, so you can't take anything in, which is a good system because I think it mixes it up. You can't really break every see, here's my example. I see videos back now. So in this mission, it's completely restricted. There's no bringing in your unlocks or gear, but as you can see, we've got 3 get access, which Deadly Sins, and Deluxe Pack. So on normal tiers I don't get them, but maybe when they're cheaper I will. Which is a nice way of sort of sorting the fans, really. So if you're like super hardcore, you probably just want to buy them immediately. If you're like me, you're like, oh, wait till they're cheap enough on sale. Well, let's go down to this mission here. And as you'll see, here we have full access. You can bring in any of your unlocked gear to it. So anything you've unlocked, you can just bring in. So that creates a nice incentive to play more, unlock more stuff. But it's mixed up. So so it doesn't break every mission. You can't just some that are designed for more linearity or more of a restrictive loadout. Like, this is how I think something like Metal Gear Solid V should have worked. Give you some stuff where you can take your unlocks in, but give you some actual limited missions, not just remade versions of old missions where they limit you. Like, give set gear for certain stuff. This is what Hitman does, which is a neat system because it keeps the incentive for certain hardcore players who want to go get the best gear to go out and do all these extra stuff and pay in to unlock them. But you don't, you're not really punished for not either. My point is just that I think this is a very fair way of getting people to repeatedly buy more stuff for a single game. It's not like offensive in any way. It's not like you're gonna get missions where, oh, I'm not a high enough level to play, I don't have good enough unlocked gear. So there's none of that RPG shit in there. The RPG shit, if there is any, if you want to call it that, is sort of these mastery things to unlock more stuff. But like I've said, it's pretty limited to different stages, and you can pretty much unlock it all reasonably within the base game quite easily. So it's not really tiered off for those who want to grind out for additional missions. Those additional missions are really just there for the fun and challenge of it, and I would love something like this for a game like Metal Gear Solid 5. Just, oh, it's a new month, a couple of new missions have been funneled in, I got some to take my gear into, and I got some which are just individual challenges. I'd like this for a lot of single-player games. Like, if I'm sure they got a live service like Naughty Dog stuff for Sony, and well, I'm sure it will mostly be focused on multiplayer and use some standard GTA shit. Probably won't be as bad as GTA. That's the worst I play. But it will be something probably where the incentive is to buy into a battle pass or whatever. I'd be like, you know what? I would quite happily pay for Uncharted 4 Last of Us 2 quality, just additional challenges with like a different loadout unlockable like this, which could be taken away depending on the mission. I'm just saying, I think this is a pretty inoffensive way of doing it. You got plenty of store stuff to go buy. Fortunately, if you do fortunately, a lot of it is available for free or via deals at certain times. So that's it. It's basically just a filter down system. Like, those who want to pay full at launch can go ahead and hit that investment. Those who are a little more stingy, like me, can wait on it, go pick them up when they go for a lower value, wait on it. So yeah, I just think this is like the least offensive way of doing that. Like, people pay multiple times throughout the year for new content. Like I said, this game already has 2 add-ons alone, and more are coming. And you can be mad about season passes and microtransactions and blah blah blah, but this is like the least offensive way to do it, and I hope more games do something like this in the future if we're gonna live in this world where a game is no longer something you buy once, it's something you pay for multiple times throughout the year. So that's it, that's my broadcast, bye.